Today on the grid, if you're thinking about taking a photography trip in 2024, we're going to tell you where not to go. That's right. It's the places you should stay away from because they're lame. All right, the K-Man, Kuna Man, Canahan, Real Rocket Man is here. We got some very cool giveaways to some folks who are watching the show live. And it's going to be, and I predict, a fun day on the grid. And it all starts in just 23.2 seconds. Let's go. No, let's go!
The Grid is brought to you by Platypod, the tripod alternative that is changing the world. Everybody has a Platypod. You should too. Go to platypod.com.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another live episode of The Grid. We are glad to have you here. It's going to be a fun day.
Wow, look at that.
That was an interesting jib angle there.
Yeah, went right into the countdown clock.
Wow.
That was
anyway.
Cool.
Welcome, everybody. We're very glad you're here. It is Wednesday, must be around 1 o'clock East Coast time, and we got an interesting show today. So today our topic is we're going to tell you where not to go in 2024. We've done many things, or I've done sessions. I know you have done. We've talked about great places to go for photography. What we haven't talked about is those places that seem like they would be good, but actually stink. And we've got a good long list of them.
Yeah, because like once you get there and you're like, but now with that, I have to qualify this right up front because people are going to say, you can make a great photo anywhere. I understand that. But what we're talking about here are places that you would go to that you would think, oh, yeah, you could make a great photo there. But when you get there, you're like,
it's very challenging.
It's very challenging. This is not a good thing,
right.
You know?
And this should not be. So understand that we're going to mention cities that you're going to go, oh, I love that city.
Yes.
I love it too.
The food,
I don't like
the
to
people,
photograph it. Love the shop.
Yeah.
Love the museums. Love all this different stuff. Leaving my camera at home. So what we're talking about are photogenic cities. Cities where you can go and there's a lot of great stuff to shoot. Now, I want to tell you something that Americans in particular fall prey to, right? Most of America kind of looks the same, right? It's basically strip malls, right? It's malls with a Subway in it, and I mean Subway sandwich shop and a dry cleaner, and it's just a whole country of that. So when we go to Europe or someplace, or we go to Latin America or someplace, it looks different, and we think everything is cool. It's not. It's just different.
It's just different.
Right?
Looks different.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be talking about some cities, and Erik is as well, that you're going to go, I love that city. We're not talking about, is it a great city for food? Is it a great city for tourism? It's a great city to visit. This is completely different. Is this, and here's what the defining matter is, would I tell a photographer to go there? None of the cities on my list would I ever tell a photographer to go to because they're very challenging. I don't want to go to a challenging city. I want to go to Paris. Paris lays out a million shots in front of you. New York City, shoot. There's so many things to shoot. London. When I did my workshop in London, I had a list this long of great ideas, and we could only do this many over 4 days. So there are cities that are just photographic treasure troves, and there are cities that are nice to visit, but you can leave your camera in your room. That's what we're talking about today. Before we go on to that, which we're going to hit that in just a second, is we want to thank everybody that joined KelbyOne over the Cyber Weekend and Black Friday. We had phenomenal signups for that. We also did our KelbyOne VIP. It was completely sold out in just a couple of days. And we're very excited. In fact, today is our first VIP coaching session this afternoon with the people that are in that very small private group. But that's we're doing that today, so we're excited about that. But just thanks, everybody that joined. We've already gotten such great feedback because people are doing that photography fast track.
They're doing the fast track, and they're seeing it.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
We're getting the best. These are some of the best comments we've ever gotten. There are people that are 2 or 3 classes into this. Now, understand, we have, I'm not exaggerating, over 1,000 full-length courses. And
just on Photoshop, Lightroom, and photography, not on like all YouTube where it's like everything,
no,
you know.
Just those 3 topics. Now, there are people that are saying, I watched one of these classes from the fast track, and it was already worth my entire membership. So we're getting just incredible.
And I love
comments.
the other comments where people are going down and saying, I just joined, been doing photography for 20 years, and that fast track has took me farther in 5 days than it did than my career did in 20 years.
Yep, we are hearing unbelievable comments. So, and if you join KelbyOne and get a pro membership, of course, it includes the fast track, which is where we would recommend starting for everybody. I kind of thought it would be more really skewed to beginners, but we're hearing from people that say, Scott, I've been shooting 20 years and 30 years, and I've learned stuff. So watch it all. Anyway, just want to welcome everybody aboard. We are thrilled to have you as members. If you're not a member, it's not too late. You can go to KelbyOne.com and join, and you should join. Now, on our commercials, one of the things we're going to be showing you are trailers, right? We show you trailers from classes that are coming out. Now, a new class comes out. How often does a new class come out?
Every week.
Every week.
52 times.
We have all these new trailers.
More than
and stuff.
52 a year.
In fact, we have a camera crew right now down in Belize, on the island of Belize, shooting an underwater.
Amazing.
It does. Shooting an underwater photography class with a world-class underwater photographer. So that's we're very excited about that. We're always producing exciting, interesting new classes. So anyway, we'd love to have you join, but welcome everybody that did. We're super psyched to have you here. It is going to be a heck of a 2024. And hey, by the way, you can also buy these as a gift. What?
Yeah.
Make a great holiday gift. Can you imagine buying somebody a year of KelbyOne? Like, okay.
Especially if you're trying to get somebody into photography so they can come along with you on stuff.
Oh, yeah, so you can go together. Yeah. And you're not going to want to go to any one of these places. All right, can I kick off my first place?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, now, if you're watching this from one of these countries or one of these cities, because we're going to do U.S. and international, it's not about your city. Yeah. It's not that your city's not nice.
Don't get offended by that. Yeah.
It's just I'm looking strictly from, would I tell a photographer to go to this city? I absolutely would not.
Yeah, and there's certain countries, like for example, I'll bring up an example, would be like, you know what? If you're going to Portugal, Porto would be better to go than Lisbon, right? It would just be better to go.
I don't know. They're both good. Lisbon is a very, very
photogenic city. But that's what the thing is. People will take offense to that. And it's like, well, to me, it's just better to go there if you're wanting easier
Well, you can go both. Yeah, Porto is very unique.
Yeah.
But Lisbon is such a, I have to tell you, the first time I went to Lisbon, I really liked it.
Yeah.
I went there and did a workshop and spent like a week there. Now, I did spend it with Cheeky Nando, which makes everything better. Yeah. I fell in love with Lisbon. Like, I really liked it the first time. I left.
Yeah, you fell in love with the people, the food, all the stuff.
No, Lisbon is very photogenic. It
is very photogenic.
It's very, very photogenic. It's a great town all the way around.
But I'm just saying that there's that of just
Lisbon
don't take offense to it.
Lisbon, I think, is one of the most. Like, Lisbon has great food, great people, great everything. And awesome. Porto is nearby, too.
There you go.
All right, here's my bad city. Ready? This is my first one. Hope you're sitting down. Zurich, Switzerland.
Oh, yeah.
The worst.
In the country of Switzerland.
Switzerland,
yes,
awesome.
Yes.
Swiss people, great. Very, very expensive. But I'm not even worried about the money thing. We're not talking about the money today, but it is expensive as crap. It's crazy expensive. But Zurich, let me tell you, Zurich is a beautiful city. It's beautiful. It's very, very fun. It's very, very nice. Very, very clean. Great food. Great people. It's pretty. It's a very pretty city. Don't bring your camera. I got one decent shot in Zurich, and I researched it to death. And I'm going there. I'm with my brother. My brother and I are going. We're literally going just for fun. Like, we take a trip every year as brothers. And I'm looking, and I tell my brother, dude, I got nothing. I got nothing from Zurich. And you know what I found out? I finally got a good shot in Zurich. I went to a hotel lobby. I got a good shot in the lobby of a hotel. They've got a coffee bar that looks like a library, and I got a great shot there. And that's about it. Now, I shot in the river, and I shot the bridges and all. It's all okay. I would never tell a photographer you should go to Zurich. Now, Zurich is a great dropping off point because you can go to Zurich, and then you can go to the Swiss Alps, and there's all kinds of great towns. There are many, many beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful towns in Switzerland that are photogenic. Zurich is not one of them. Take Zurich off. You know what's bad? So we're based in Tampa, Florida. We have direct flights from here to Zurich,
yeah.
all day, all the time. Zurich, Zurich, Zurich.
But you know what I would do? I would fly to Zurich
and then
go
the heck
somewhere
out
else.
of Zurich. Get out of Zurich as fast as you can, because it's a boring, nice, pretty city. It's not very photogenic.
But again, just a reminder: this is not a criticism of the city.
It's not a criticism of the city. It's an evaluation of the photography opportunities.
And the other thing is, we'd love to hear from you if there's a place that you've got on your list
that you know is bad.
Like, hey, this is really bad. Like for example, one of mine on my list. I went there, and I love the area. I love the vibe. I love everything. But photographically, just nothing for me was Hollywood, California. Hollywood was a very hard place. You could shoot the Hollywood sign, but I mean, how many good shots? I've seen one good shot Serge has of the Hollywood sign. That's what I've seen.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I've seen Serge do stuff that's good,
now,
but it's hard to get, and that's what I'm talking about here. It's hard to get that. Like if you want to go get... And in fact, I was there on vacation, and I was like, I cannot take the effort to do what Serge did, because I knew he had to walk up, hike up, do all this stuff, and it was like, you'd be hours trying to get that shot.
Yes.
And that's where in other cities, you could just walk up to it and be like, there's the epic shot, there's the home run.
Yep.
And Hollywood is one of those where if you want to get the epicness, you're going to be battling with people, traffic, a lot of climbing. It just was one of those cities to me that was just very hard to get those epic shots. Not that they're not there. And that's my thing here. It's not that they're not there.
Yeah.
But they just are hard to get to.
Now, I needed to extract Hollywood. I totally agree with Erik's on Hollywood. I've been to Hollywood many, many, many times because I used to do a seminar live in Los Angeles every year. Mm-hmm. I've been to Los Angeles so many times. I have friends that live in L.A., and I actually like Los Angeles.
I love Los Angeles.
I think Los Angeles is awesome.
It's one of the best cities. Yeah.
Hollywood is a really tough city. Now, greater Los Angeles, you can get some great shots. He's not saying that. He's talking about Hollywood. I am with him on Hollywood. It's like a tacky, touristy kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like everything's touristy and everything's tacky.
That's
a good way to put it. And if you want to get the epic shots, you got to really battle. You got to really battle.
And if you want a great shot of the Chinese theater, the famous one in Hollywood, go to Disney Studios in Florida and shoot that one.
You're going to get much better.
Because that one looks better and isn't all like, touristed up.
Have the people outside like trying to take your money to take shots with them.
Yeah, they're dressed as Elmo and everything else. Anyway.
How many Elmos?
I'm totally with Erik on Hollywood. Hollywood is lame. But we do want to hear your ideas, because I know that you've shot places too. All right?
Yeah.
This next one,
we do have something that we have to get out of the way, though.
Giveaways.
We didn't do is we always give away a bunch of stuff on the show.
What are we giving away?
So
first, to Hollywood. No,
Platypod disc. So this little disc that great because you can mount it to your tripod anyway, and it goes on the bottom of your camera, so you can win one of those. We'll also be giving away a copy of Victoria White's Adobe Firefly book. So this is a great one if you're wanting to learn how to prompt Adobe Firefly for results. And then we're going to be giving away a copy of Scott's book, the How Do I Do That in Photoshop book.
Lovely,
give that away.
Lovely book.
You can get all these on Amazon if you'd like to. There's another one on Amazon. And finally, another one you can find on Amazon. We're giving away a copy of the Adobe Photoshop book for digital photographers. So we're giving that away. You can also get that on Prime on Amazon if you want.
It's Prime.
Yep. And then we're going to be giving away a copy of On One No Noise 2023, which is an awesome plugin for sharpening and removing noise from your photo. So you can do both in that program. Great stuff. And then we're going to be giving away a V-Flat from V-Flat World. Now, this is for U.S. shipping only, so you got to have a U.S. shipping address. But everybody can get a discount over there. They got to just use that code at checkout, Kelby10, Kelby 10. And that'll give her 10% off. And then Retouch for Me is giving away their skin tone plugin. This is a great. These are awesome. basically they're plugins for Photoshop to do advanced retouching, but done with AI, and it is amazing. If you really go back about 6 or 8 weeks, I don't know how long ago it was, but a little back, they were on the show and they went over the stuff, and it blew us away. I mean, it's just amazing.
Hey, I use them myself.
Yeah, and you use them, and it's amazing the masks that they make.
Right, and there are people that will buy the inexpensive ones that do it all. But this is for people that are serious about retouching.
Yeah, if you're serious about it.
You are a retoucher and you want to speed your work. These are very high end, really, really well done. I'm stunned at the results they bring. So AI is wow.
Everybody can get a discount on that. They just got to use the code KelbyOne20. That's KelbyOne20. They do have to go to that page, www.promo.retouch4.me, and there you go.
That's it. All right. Okay, I got my next city. It's another one that's going to send people into a tizzy, but I'm telling you, I got to tell you a story about it too. All right, ready? Oslo, Norway. The worst. The worst. So I had a buddy of mine going, my buddy Paul. Hey, Paul. Paul's going to Oslo. He's going to Norway now. He's going.
I am in your boat with this. I thought Oslo of Norway, the worst.
The worst. The worst. Now, so my buddy Paul is going, and he's going to go up to the Luften.
For photography. I always have to qualify that because people will take offense.
Right. It's not about the city. It's a lovely city. And I had a tremendous meal there. People were super nice. Couldn't be cleaner or nicer. It's a very nice town to leave your camera back in your hotel room. All right. So my friend Paul's going, and he's like, I'm going. So he was going to go up to see Dave Williams and do a workshop up there, up in northern.
So he flew into Oslo. That's what happened.
And then he flew again or took a train.
That's what I did.
How he got there. But anyway, let me say this. I told him, I said, Paul, you got 4 days there. It's going to be the longest 4 days of your life. He called me on day 2. He was just about suicidal. I got to get out of this town. There's nothing to shoot here. I'm like, I know. I was trying to tell you. You have way too many days there because it's just not it's a great town to not have a camera in.
Oslo. Oslo.
Right?
Yeah,
Oslo Accords. It just sounds like a place that you would want to go to make peace. Yeah. But no. Don't.
And
save
again,
your money.
We're not talking about you can make great shots anywhere.
Anywhere.
Jay Maisel can go anywhere and make great shots.
Anywhere.
But this is where great shots that you're going to have to struggle. If you go to Oslo and you want to make some great shots, you're going to struggle.
All right. I'm going to lay this out, Eric, in a way that will really show you what I mean. I don't ever see great shots from Oslo.
Yes.
I just don't. I don't ever see someone I go, ooh, where's that? Oh, that's Oslo. Never. I don't see good ones from Zurich either. Mm-hmm. I see wonderful photos from all over Switzerland, and they're never from Zurich. So Zurich, Oslo, don't save your money or use them as stopping off points. So Oslo is great if you want to go up to, I'm saying Lofoten Islands, but that's not how they're pronounced, but you know what I mean, up where everybody wants to go in northern Norway. Where there's just amazing opportunities and some of the best photography anywhere, but not in Oslo. Oslo's a great place to land and board another flight. All right. I got another one. You got one? Go ahead.
We probably should take a break.
And then
when we come back, we'll go over some more. But we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear any places that you have. I see we got people joining all over the world. We got Steve Goetz joining us from Arizona. Hey, Steve. Barry saying hi from Oregon.
Barry.
Love Oregon. Tina saying hi from Oregon. Steve saying hi from Panama City, Florida. Not a mecca for photography as well. John saying hi from the UK. Now, unless you can go a little outside of Panama City and get some good Milky Way stuff. Doug saying hi from Iowa. Again, another place I've been and it's not great. Graham saying hi from a cloudy Malta. Never been.
Malta.
Teresa saying hi from Summerfield, Florida. Again, Florida. Oof. You know, so we'll get all that in just a second. We got people joining us all over the place, and we want to hear from you.
Oh, yep. Vito. Yo, Vito's
and Vito here. Saying hi from Germany.
Baden-Baden. I've been to Baden-Baden.
Yep, there you go.
Baden-Baden's very nice.
Yep.
All right. From Mexico, we got Mr. Nomad in Mexico. We got Lori from Newfoundland.
Yep.
We got
Rolf from Germany.
From a cold and snowy. Oh, it's not going to go well for you, Rolf, today.
Yep.
Sorry about that. And we've got Marion from Lassi, Romania.
Oh, Romania, that's on my list.
All right. Very glad to have you here. We got some nice comments we'll read when we get back to. So stick around. We'll be right back live here on the grid telling you where not to go in 2024.
Well, hi everybody, and welcome to beautiful London, England, where I'm doing a very, very special class. I'm very excited about this class because it's something very different, very unique. It's about creating travel photography that has a personal connection to something you love. So that's the whole idea, because think about it, a lot of people will go to a city again and again, like we're here in London. I've been coming to London since I was 24 years old. So for the last 10 years, I've been coming to London. Anyway, long story short is, I've got the shots of Big Ben, and I've got the shots of the London Eye and the Thames River and all that stuff. I've got it to death. But when I come to London, I can do something special. I can use something that I care about and then go and shoot it, and that becomes my story when I get back. So I'm shooting for a passion that I have. So my passion might be flowers, so I come to London and what I'm shooting are all the amazing gardens. What if my passion is museums? Well, there's 170 of them here. What if it's music? I could be at the Royal Albert Hall, or the great music stores, or the places where the Beatles played back in the day, or where they literally bought their guitars. I could do a whole story on all that kind of stuff. And that's what this class is about. It's taking something you love and adding it to something else you love. You're marrying travel and your interests and photography. It's a hit. So you got to come and watch my brand new class. It's on creating personal connection in your travel images, and it's only here at KelbyOne.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by B&H Photo, the professional source since 1973.
Hey, we are back. We're telling you where not to go. We got some nice comments here.
Yeah. We've got
Larry.
Can't see it. I think it's Larry. Larry said, I got my membership as a Christmas gift 12 years ago. Been a KelbyOne member ever since. That's what we love to hear. And then a comment from Dan saying, I just told my wife yesterday to get me a membership for Christmas. I got it ordered today. So
right,
awesome.
I get to order today. Let's go.
And then Scott is saying, hey guys.
Scott Thompson.
Scott Thompson is saying, hey guys, KelbyOne member, loving it. Great to see you. I'm off to Edinburgh, Scotland in a couple weeks. Any suggestions when I'm there?
Yes, Scott, I've got a great suggestion. I did my photo walk in Edinburgh last year. Edinburgh last year, and I've been to Edinburgh before. The day I got engaged to my wife 34 years ago was the day we checked out of this castle in the English countryside and took a train up to Edinburgh. Edinburgh is an absolutely beautiful town. And what I would recommend, if you want some suggestions, get a rental car and get the hell out of Edinburgh.
Yep.
It is not a good photo. Now,
not for photography. Right. People are awesome.
Okay.
Food
I
is
know.
good.
I think we beat that to death. You know, we're just talking about photography.
I just want to keep on doing it because we're going to get those comments.
It's a very nice town. And there are a couple of shots you can make there. You can get up on this hill and you get this one. There's a couple of shots there, but I would never tell a photographer you should go there. I would tell people it's a romantic city. It's got great food, wonderful people. The Scottish people are the best. They're just the Scottish people and the Irish people are some of the nicest, most friendly and welcoming people that you'll ever meet.
Yeah, we had one of the best photo, I would say, sunsets I've ever had in my life.
Outside of Edinburgh.
In Scotland, But we were 5 hours.
We drove to the
from
Scottish
Edinburgh.
Highlands, which are wonderful, but
It's
weather,
hit and miss up there.
the weather
Yeah.
can be very sketchy.
Especially
in fact,
in the
weather
winter.
can be sketchy anywhere in Scotland. But you're going to Edinburgh, it's just not a very. And I spent a lot of time because I knew we were going to be there. Erik and I were going to be there. A bunch of friends, my brother, we're all going there. Like when the photo walk happens, we usually do a trip to someplace, right?
Yeah.
And we all get together, all of our friends and stuff, and it's great fun, right? And Paul was there, and everybody. It was great fun. However, I researched it to death, and it's just. I mean, walking around, you can take nice street
castle's
pictures.
nice there.
The castle's nice, but and there is a cathedral if you can get into it, but you probably can't. We weren't able to. It's nice, but I'm just telling you, I would not send a photographer to Edinburgh for anything other than to enjoy. It's a lovely city.
That was on your list. I believe
was
that was
on my
number
list.
one on your list.
Yeah, but they're not in any order.
order.
They're not in any order. But I do have a list, and so my suggestion is. Well, I wouldn't tell you to get a rental car because if you're not used to driving on the wrong side, and by the way, it is the wrong side of the road, it's scary.
We were lucky because we had Dave Williams with us.
Dave Williams
Dave Williams has been driving his whole life on the wrong side of the road.
Right, and he drove like a boss, and he also teaches like defensive driving courses and stuff. He was great. I would find a friend that can drive you or hire a driver because you're taking your life in your own hands. Okay.
Oh, there was what was that? Remember that pier we went to? That was about an hour north.
Oh yeah, there was.
there.
I don't know what city it was.
There was a pier that
look anything outside
there
Edinburgh. You're gonna
was
like.
this like awesome pier
Now,
that had this like.
Spend a day or two in Edinburgh, walk around, and enjoy a lovely city.
Yes.
And there's like a little old town area and stuff in the castle area. It's very, very nice. I don't see a lot of good looking pictures coming out of there. Mm-hmm. And if you ever want to test any of these theories, go over to 500px and type in whatever city I mentioned, and you'll see photos that all look okay, but you're not going to go, oh, now I've got to go there. You're not going to see any photos that make you want to go there. You're just going to go, well, that looks nice.
So I
That's
got one, but this is a little curveball because we talked about this earlier. There's certain cities where they're very photogenic, but then I had on my list, top of the list, one spot in a city. I love New York City. Great city.
I love New York.
But I will tell you what, Times Square, one of the worst places to try to shoot in the world.
It's like Hollywood.
Yeah.
It is very hard. Now, you can get a classic time shot with a bunch of billboards, but it's nothing that everyone hasn't seen a million times.
It's just like, just take it off your list.
Like when we say the word Times Square, if something pops into your head and it's already been done. I agree with Erik. It's like Hollywood. It's a hard place to get. Oh, nice comment from Pauline. Hey, Pee-wee.
Yeah, Pee-wee's saying, I've been a KelbyOne member since 2015. Best subscription I've ever had. Awesome. And then Nicole saying, so would you recommend going to Disney for Norway photos too?
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you want better ones
than
you can get in Oslo.
Then
you can get in Oslo, not Norway.
Go to the Epcot. Go to Epcot and go to the Norway Pavilion.
Yeah,
absolutely. And plus, you can ride the Frozen ride.
Epcot is a great place to go for.
All right,
for
this next one's going to be the one that blows everybody away. This is going to be the one that gets everybody upset and everyone's going to argue. This of all the ones I have on my list, and I've got a number of them. This is the one that's going to make people go, no way.
I know which one it is.
Amsterdam.
Yep, I saw your list.
Very nice city, very nice. And you can get a couple of shots there. You can get the bike on the bridge.
You're going to get the same couple of shots that everybody has seen to death.
And there is a library. There's a research library there where they let the public in, but you're going to get one shot because the little balcony is like right here, and you're going to get this one shot. And then you're going to go, and maybe you'll go and get the Amsterdam sign. There was big letters and people are crawling all over it. And then you're going to go, now what the heck do I shoot? Now, I've got a couple of shots that I like from Amsterdam, but would I tell a photographer, you should go to Amsterdam? No. Go see. It's a nice city. It's very, very nice. Great food, great people, and you're close enough to go visit Frank Doerhoff, who lives also not in Amsterdam, but in the
right near it.
But would I tell anybody to go there? No. If you said, Scott, you can come to Amsterdam for free. Would I go? Yeah, I'd go to see Amsterdam again. I like Amsterdam.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Bring my camera. Just take my phone in case something comes up. But I know, and you think in your head, Amsterdam's got to be good. It's not. There's a couple of shots, but like Erik said, you're going to get the same kind of shot. Everyone up gets. There's the bridge, because everybody shoots the same bridge with the bicycles on it, and then you're going to shoot I don't know what else. There's not a bunch.
All right.
And I've been to Amsterdam many times, probably 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, and you can get some cool things.
Snooze. All right, what do you got?
Well, I got, just to prove the point here that this isn't to offend anybody, one of the worst places in the world to try to shoot, Central, West, and North Florida.
Ugh.
If you want to, Tampa, Orlando,
the worst.
Jacksonville, these are the worst places to try to shoot. If you're coming to Florida to shoot travel photography or landscape, forget it. Forget it. Now, if you're coming here to in the winter to photograph birds,
oh wait,
awesome.
That's different.
Awesome.
Wildlife,
you want to shoot rockets?
Different.
We got the best.
We got the best.
But if you want to come here and say, I'm going to have some Florida, like, no, the exception to this is Miami. The exception to that.
That's a different part of Florida.
I'm just saying. I will fully admit, Florida is not the place to be.
Right. So here's Norway, right? And Oslo's bad, but up here, the Lofoten Islands, that's great. This is Florida. All the middle is bad. You go down south, and Key West is great and very photogenic. Miami is awesome. You leave that South Florida area, and now you're in just nothing land. It is. People come to Tampa, and they go, oh, I know you guys are based in Tampa. Can you give me some ideas of where to shoot?
Shoot,
I'm like,
that's the worst question.
There's one thing to shoot here.
Oh, man.
We do have a very pretty bridge. If you like bridges, we have the Sunshine Skyway. People that come here from Europe go, oh, we have to see the Skyway. I'm like, you go do that. We have kind of a fun area to walk around, like Ybor City. And then we have this college campus that has these minarets on the top. That's about it. And a sunset one night. But we see the sunset every day. It's just like snooze. I'm telling you. Stay away from Tampa, Orlando.
You could do cool stuff again here, but yeah, it's just not. And the people and the food, I love it. Yeah, it's great
people, great food, great stuff, and one of the best chicken sandwich cities in America.
Yes, definitely. But I'm telling you what, it is not going to be on the top of your list. You come here, you're going to be severely disappointed for travel and landscape stuff. You're going to be disappointed. All right, you can get a cool beach shot, like one or two.
This next one sounds like another one that would be good, but it's not. Munich. Munich, Germany. Sprawling, boring city. You're going to have to shoot things like beer. You're going to have to buy a big frosty mug and shoot it and go, I was in Munich.
That's the point. Like, you can make a cool shot, but it's just not the same.
In Germany, it's going to be hot. There's beautiful places in Germany, including Baden-Baden. I would go to Baden-Baden 100 times before I went to Munich once. Munich is a complete, total snooze town. It's a snooze fest. You know what I never see? A picture coming out of Munich where I go, oh, I got to go to Munich. It's bad. Munich. Take it off your list. Munich's a great place to land in, to go to other places in Germany, and Germany is packed with great photographic opportunities, none of which are in Munich. Skip Munich. All right, what you got, Erik?
I got another one that I've just never had a lot of luck on. Now, again, you can make good shots here, but it's never a lot of luck, is New Orleans.
You know what? I almost put that on my list.
Yeah. It was just one of those places that, and especially like Bourbon Street, it's just always overrun, run down.
And very touristy.
Yeah. These are very hard cities.
I almost put that on my list. I kind of wish I had, but I'll back you up on this because I've done conferences. I've spoken there.
I've tried.
I went to a photography conference in there. We couldn't come up with jack. I mean, it is. You're
that's
right.
how it
that
is.
It's like shooting Times Square, Hollywood.
And it is. That's what it is. It comes down to now the exception to this. If you go to these cities and you want, like, even with Hollywood, even with Times Square, you have to go at very uncomfortable off hours to make great shots because you got to get very simple scenes, moody scenes. You know, like it's just harder. You're going to have to do a lot of night photography to make it look good.
Right, but that's the thing.
It's just hard.
It's just hard. And would I tell a photographer you should go to New Orleans? No, absolutely. Good call. That was a really good one. All right, we're gonna take a short break. When we come back, we've got lots more cities here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, including a couple that are going to shock you. So stick around and be shocked.
Paris?
Right
What?
along. Not Paris. Paris is the best.
Hi, I'm Karen Hutton. Join me for how to plan a trip to a location you've never visited. Whether you're an expert photographer, you plan trips, but it still makes you nervous, maybe you haven't planned a trip, or maybe you just wish you could. Whether you're flying, whether you're driving, whether you're taking a train or some other mode of transportation, you'll learn how to decide, develop, dedicate, and dig in to create the adventure of your dreams, whether it's a long trip or just an afternoon. We're also going to cover where you got to be on the inside and how you have to train to maximize your time, your money, and your effort on your next adventure. So join me on my next class at KelbyOne.com.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by Canon.
Hey, we are back, Scott and Eric, and we're telling you where not to go in 2024 because there's a lot of places that you could go where you'd be like disappointed that you went there for photography. And one of them, this is another controversial one. When this comes out on math, you're going to go, no.
Venice?
Not Venice. Venice is awesome. Venice is phenomenal. In fact, I'm doing a workshop in Venice next year. We're going to start in Venice, and then we're going to go up to the Dolomites.
You got Rome?
Not Rome. Rome is wonderful. We're going to go up to the Dolomites and then back to Venice. It's going to be a great trip, and that's coming in April. More details on that soon. But here we go. Vienna, Austria.
Ooh.
Sounds like it would be great. I've been there many times. It's okay. There's a nice cathedral. There's some nice parks. It's all right.
History there?
There's history.
Stuff.
It's a great town. Would I love to go there with my wife just for a romantic couple of days? Absolutely. Would I want to go there with Eric to shoot photos? Nah.
Mm-mm. You know where I'd want to go is I'd want to just take a trip just a few hours down, or a couple hours down.
I know where you're
going.
going.
You go to Hallstatt. That place was made
amazing
for photographers.
Incredible.
It was made for photographers. Like that, the whole city is like, it's like a postcard. The whole thing. You got a shot here,
incredible.
Shot here. You walk over here. You got a shot here. You got to walk over here. You got a shot there. And it's just like Candyland for photographers.
Yep, and you can shoot the Milky Way because Eric made me shoot the Milky Way. All right, so land in Vienna, have a sausage, and then get the heck out of there. That was a Vienna sausage joke. No, don't have a sausage. Anyway, Vienna's a lovely town. Very lovely. Not photogenic at all. Okay. Hold on. I got to get a call from potential spam. Boom. All right.
What else you got on your list?
All right. Ready? Ooh, this next one. Dublin, Ireland.
I will second this emotion, right? Because I went there. We went there because my sister-in-law got married over there. They're from Ireland, and we went into Dublin. Now, again, same thing with Hallstatt. We went outside of Dublin. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. But Dublin itself,
snooze. It's a snooze. It's a total snooze. We had somebody in here from Germany earlier, and I can't remember who it was. A gentleman earlier said they were from Germany. Not Vito. Vito is in Baden-Baden, but he doesn't live in Baden-Baden. But anyway, there was a gentleman from Germany. So I would say to him, and he would totally understand, that Dublin is the Frankfurt. Like, Frankfurt, Germany is a fine town. Don't bring your camera. So for the Germans, you understand. If I say that Dublin is like Frankfurt, you're like, I'm not going.
I'm scared. I won't ever fly through Frankfurt again.
All right, I'm going to give you a U.S. one next, but you can save your money on Dublin. But from Dublin, there's a great cathedral there, and there's a great library. But okay. But those are just like if it's one or two things, you're going to go to a whole town for 2 pictures. I don't think so. Okay, ready? We're back in the U.S. Dallas, Texas. Maybe one of the most, actually they say the most unphotogenic city in America is Fresno, California. I'm not kidding. I looked it up. They say that Fresno is the worst. However,
I could see that because I've driven through.
Dallas, Texas? I've shot there numerous times. I teach a seminar in Dallas, actually just outside of Dallas, in Arlington, for 20 years at least. I've been to Dallas so many times. I have friends in that area.
Yeah. I love going to Dallas. It's great.
Dallas Fort Worth is more interesting.
Yeah.
But Dallas, because it's called the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Yeah.
Dallas, it's a vast prairie of nothing. Don't go. With some buildings and strip malls. It's like Orlando. It's like the Orlando
of Texas.
Don't go there. But there's no Disney. So take Disney out of Orlando, and what have you got? Dallas. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
All right, what do you got? You got one?
Yeah, I got a few more. So I've got a couple that are kind of destination, but I'm going to say one that
is it where your cursor's blinking?
Yes.
I almost put that one on my list.
All right,
too.
so this is another one where I have a theme with mine so far.
Okay.
And I think that's what it comes down to. Is I was looking at so this one, Las Vegas. Again, awesome city, great stuff,
lots
very fun, entertaining,
great shows.
But if you want to take those great shots, it's very hard. You have to. It's crowded. There's a lot of distracting elements.
It's a bunch of hotels.
And it's a bunch of hotels. It's just a bunch of hotels. So it's just one of those cities where when you go to it, you're kind of like,
and you can go downtown and get an interesting shot of some neon stuff.
Yeah,
and there's a neon museum there that if you can get in it when it's lit is okay. It's not great. It's not awesome. Yeah. And you can shoot out of your hotel room down the strip and get a picture that everyone's seen a bajillion times. It's very hard to come out of Vegas with a photo that everyone hasn't seen. And no, you don't ever see anyone going, I saw this shot in Las Vegas. I've got to go.
Right.
Outside of Las Vegas, you got the Grand Canyon, you got Valley of Fire, you got Red Rocks, all that stuff.
Yeah, Vegas, but you know what?
Actually,
you brought up one right there. I'll just knock off my list because it's right outside there. I also am a big thing. I don't think that the Grand Canyon is anything.
The Grand Canyon is wonderful to see.
Wonderful to see. No, photogenically.
If you shoot it from any of the visitor spots.
Yes, it's just
lame. Bleh. You have to go down in the canyon.
You have to. You got to spend the effort. Yeah.
If you take the shots, you'll stand there. And I've said this before. I've even talked about this topic. That one of the most amazing places that is the hardest to photograph is the Grand Canyon.
100%.
Because you're standing there and you're just like, this is incredible. You're standing in front of something that is blowing your mind. You're seeing this, and then
it is mind-blowing.
And then you pick up your camera and it goes like this. Beep. And here's a little sliver. And even if you shoot a pano, it doesn't do it.
It's not going to have the impact. It's not going to have anything. It's
and I see people show me their pictures from the Grand Canyon. I'm always like, Now, you go down in the Grand Canyon. You take a helicopter out to some of these locations. You can get great pictures. But do I ever see a picture taken from the visitor center where I go, wow, that's killer.
And
I got to go
I will
back
say
there.
this is what I'm saying with this. It's the heart, the dedication you need to make a great photo. I actually think what I love the Grand Canyon for, it's great for very vast shots. Like Milky Way shots actually of the Grand Canyon are very cool because you can capture it, because you have this prominent thing in the sky that becomes part of the subject.
Right.
But it's very hard to just capture a good shot of the Grand Canyon.
All right, I got another one ready. Beijing, China. And people are going, what? What about the Great Wall? The Great Wall doesn't really run right through Beijing. It's not far from Beijing, but it's not like running through town like, oh, there it is. All right. So what do you have to shoot in Beijing, which is just sprawling, massively polluted city, one of the most polluted places in the world. Just so bad. So you're going to have to first off deal with that. Everywhere we went to the Great Wall, even way out at the Great Wall, hours outside, just it's, I don't want to call it fog. It's not fog. It's, what is it? Pollution. It's it's so
Smog.
polluted. Now, you can go to the Temple of Heaven. You can go to the, and there's modern buildings and stuff. Now, there are parts of China that are really cool, like Shanghai, I think is very, very photogenic. There's places like Guilin, which are very beautiful and photogenic. Not Beijing. Beijing is a big, crowded, smoggy mess. I would not recommend. It's interesting to see from a cultural place, just like saying New York, London, Paris, Munich, whatever. Everybody talk about going to Beijing. Anyway, I couldn't tell you to go there for photographs. Would I take my camera? Yeah. Would I be using dehaze on every single photo? Absolutely. A lot of it. Yeah. It's a mess. Okay.
Well, so you mentioned Dallas, and I've got another one near there. And
Houston?
Yes, it's because we have a problem.
Is it Houston?
Houston, we have
Houston's
a problem.
Just as bad as Dallas.
Houston, we have a problem, right?
Houston's
cool.
terrible.
They got the NASA, Houston. That's cool. But Houston itself, it's like, it's a nice place. It's got NASA there.
I have family there.
But
terrible.
It's just not good for shooting.
It's terrible.
Not good shooting, Tex.
Don't go. All right. I got another one for you. This one's going to sound really nice because it's a very popular vacation place. I'm going to actually do two in a row because they're kind of related.
Okay.
Nassau in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
How many times have you been to Nassau, Eric?
Too many.
20?
Maybe not that many, but a lot.
I've been there. I went my first time when I was 6 years old because I live in Florida and there's a cruise.
At least a dozen times, yeah.
Oh, dude, I've been there so. I mean, I've been on every cruise line.
But I can't agree.
Trip.
I mean,
It is basically you get off the ship and it's tourist city. You go to Paradise Island. It's a big hotel.
Yep.
And you get outside and it's incredibly unphotogenic. I even hired a photo guide one time and we drove around the entire island of Nassau and there's nothing to shoot there. Nothing. Mm-hmm. Now, if you are from Minneapolis and you want to shoot a white beach with some palm trees, that's there. Mm-hmm. And then you're back on the boat and get the heck out of there. I said like most of these cities are really good and you should go and just see the city. I can't even tell you to go see Nassau as a tourist. It's just not good. It's not good. It's just not good. All right. The other one that's like it is ready. There's a much nicer city. This one is worth visiting. So Nassau, I wouldn't even go. Nice city. Cancun. Cancun, Mexico.
Yeah.
Very nice for like a spring breaky like vacation. Great nightclubs and bars and nightlife and hotels. And it's very fun for a beachy vacation. Leave your camera back in the United States because there's nothing to shoot.
I could go without that one too. Yeah.
All right.
I got a couple that kind of go off of, a little outside of cities.
We got to take a break. We got to take a break.
Do we have to take a Yeah, we got to take a break. But when we come back, I got a couple more that are just like, they're not so much cities, but just stuff.
I got some more cities.
Yep.
Oh, I got one that's going to make a lot of people mad.
Uh-oh.
It's the last one that'll make people mad. The rest probably people go, yeah, I can see that.
I am a portrait and wedding photographer based in Valencia, Spain.
I do mainly commercial and editorial photography, and I retouch up to 100 photos a month.
We shoot almost every day for all kinds of clients, such as commercial, beauty, and fashion. And we retouch our work more often, like every other day.
I used to spend over 1 hour for one photo.
If we want professional results, we must remove skin blemishes, do micro dodge and burn, highlight eyes, whiten teeth, and even reduce wrinkles in clothes. And this can easily take me up to 2 hours of work for each photo.
So when I saw that there's a plugin for Photoshop that helps you retouch quicker, I was eager to get my hands on it.
I read many feedbacks about it, and I found a lot of positive reviews, which made me to consider buying my first plugin.
One of the challenges we have at the end of a session or wedding is to achieve an edition in our photograph that looks natural. This is where retouch for me has become a game changer.
I love the feature that you can pick how much effect it has on your photo, and you can adjust it accordingly to your style.
I saved a lot of time and always end up having amazing result with my work.
I am extremely happy with the quality.
Now I am more efficient and have more time to spare with my family.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by Canon.
Hey, we're back. We're trying to ruin your travel plans for 2024. And all right, I got one. This is I'm going to give you. It's in a country, and there's great city, and then there's the boring city.
Okay.
And the boring city is where my mother was born and raised, Madrid, Spain. My brother and I went there, and it was cool because, mom's from there. We wanted to see it. It's not bad. It's a nice city. Very great food, great people, and they speak Spanish really well. However, I wouldn't send someone there to take photos. However, its cousin, Barcelona. Barcelona's got amazing things. Barcelona's got Sagrada Familia, which is an incredible church designed by Gaudi, but Gaudi has other things that are designed there. It's an interesting city. There's fun things to do. There's lots to shoot. And right outside it is a wonderful little seaside village called Sitges. There's they had the Olympics there, and they've got the whole Olympic facility that you can go see. There's a lot to Barcelona and that surrounding area. Madrid, it's a nice fountain. It's a nice castle, palace kind of thing. Couldn't tell you to go there. It's where my mom's from. I don't know what to say. All right.
So the rest of mine are kind of like a more destination. Scott sent me his list. He says he's got some great cities on it, and I was like, oh crap, that's a lot of the ones that I have. But I wanted to go a little bit more outside of cities. So one of the places that everybody wants to goes to, and it's just not that great photogenic, Niagara Falls.
I've never been. So.
Niagara Falls is one of these places that it just never looks great, and there's so many better falls. If you're trying to go shoot waterfalls or do waterfalls, there's so many better destinations. It's cool to go
what
see.
If it's your honeymoon then?
That's the thing. If it's your honeymoon, and if you're attached to the destination because of something, I get it. But it's just not photogenic. Don't go there.
Nope.
There you go.
All right. This is one that's going to make people angry. And I've been there many times and maybe even get there this year, but only passing through to someplace cooler. Athens, Greece. Now, if you are into old archaeological things, like you want to see the ancient Greek ruins with scaffolding around them, that's where you can go. You will have lots of scaffolding opportunities. However, outside of that, Athens is like the Frankfurt of Greece. Great food, fun people, and interesting to see from an archaeological or historical reference, because Athens historically is an amazing city. However, just take your phone.
Yeah.
In case you see something you really want to get, you still have a good phone. So skip Athens. But from Athens, the Greek islands are wonderful, absolutely wonderful.
All right, I got one like Times Square. You know, New York's awesome. Paris is awesome, right?
Yes, Rome.
Paris is awesome. But if you're in Paris and you go to the Louvre and you're like, man, I want a shot of the Mona Lisa. Like, the Mona Lisa is the most unimpressive thing.
It is
that
one of the
people.
Do you know that the Mona Lisa winds up on all the world's most underwhelming?
Underwhelming.
Number
underwhelming.
One, it's not big like you see. It's like small.
Really small, and it's always crowded.
It's behind all kinds of protective glass.
Yeah, it's just
and
like everybody's like,
oh,
I'm going to get a shot of the Mona Lisa.
Mona
it's like,
Lisa.
yeah, whatever. I could pass.
The outside of the Louvre is much more photographic.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time out there. I did a Mimo long exposure out there, like 20 minutes.
Yep. That's great.
And all the people are gone, and it's great.
The inside?
Yep.
It's a nice gift shop. There's an Apple store inside the Louvre.
Yep.
And a really cool elevator. And by the way, I just saw that elevator in a movie. My wife and I were watching some movie. I don't know what it was. It wasn't John Wick. It was who's the other one?
That was in Da Vinci Code.
Maybe I think it was Da Vinci Code. Da Vinci Code was on the other night. And they used the Apple store elevator. Yeah, it's Da Vinci Code.
That's probably was it.
That's in the Louvre. All right.
So what else you got?
Genoa, Italy. Genoa, Italy is a coastal town in Italy, which is a great place to drive through quickly. It has a lovely fountain in the middle of it, and that's about it. They have salami. Cricket.
Yeah.
Genoa.
I gotcha.
And Italy is, if I had to move to another country, you say, Scott, you can't stay in the United States anymore. You got to move to another country. Italy. Would I go to Genoa ever while living there? I wouldn't even go really to visit because there's so many other. It's just Genoa taken off your list. All right. I got two more.
All right. What else?
Another one in Germany. Cologne, Germany. It's got a cathedral that's nice from the outside. Well, it's nice on the inside. It's a nice cathedral. And that is the end of the story for Cologne. Mm-hmm. There's nothing there. I've been there for what's the big trade show that used to happen? The biggest trade show for photography in the world was always in Cologne. I don't know why I can't think of the name of it. Photokina. Photokina was the biggest trade show. I don't know if they still do it or not. Biggest trade show in the world for photography. Stunningly big.
I haven't heard about it.
Like big on a level that you can't even imagine. They would have entire floors of a convention center that would just be tripods. The entire floor. It was nuts. Been there numerous times. I've spoken for Adobe there. I've done all kinds of different gigs there. I even did one of my one-day seminars in Cologne. Mm-hmm. Don't go to Cologne. It's not a bad city to visit. I had some nice schnitzel. All right, I have two more. I have one more. This is the last one. All right,
so I've got a couple. So I've got one that looking not at cities, but looking at the other thing was national parks, right? And there's two of them that I've been to that it just they're very underwhelming for photography. One, again, because I'm not discriminating, I will discriminate my own area, and that is the Everglades.
Oh, the Everglades.
Everglades are one of these things that it's cool. Again, bird photography, that kind of stuff. Taking alligators, that's fine. But if you're trying to take pictures in the Everglades, great pictures, you're going to be sorely disappointed.
It's good that they made it a national park because it'll keep people the hell out of there.
Yes.
Because it is absolutely
swamp
packed with alligators. Alligators. You can drive down from, if you go to Naples, Florida, and you're going to drive across the state to get to Miami, you will go down an area called Alligator Alley. Mm-hmm. And you will literally see alligators lining the side of the road, laying out, sunning, and then you'll see some tourists. Now, mostly they're behind a fence. They didn't used to be years ago. Now they've got a fence that keeps them in. But I wouldn't trust a gator.
Right, and I got another one along those lines. Now, this one is good for maybe a couple days out of the year. But most of the year, it's very underwhelming, and you go there and you won't get great shots of it. And that is the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. It's one of those places that it's just, again, cool to go hike around and see, and
it's not super photogenic.
It's just not photogenic at all.
I did a landscape
people will
workshop.
go there and be like, why didn't I come back with it? It's because it's just, that's what it is.
Landscape workshop with Bill Fortney in the Great Smokies.
Oof.
And we didn't come back with jack. I mean, it was like, I was thinking, man, we're going to nail this. Now, I've seen Bill does have some nice shots.
You can get nice, but they're going to be hard to get.
They're
going to be like, you're going to have to get very uncomfortable.
And you're going to have to get lucky.
Yes.
I got my last one. Mm-hmm. Here's another one to stay away from. I went there, and it was, I'm glad I got to see it. I don't ever need to go back. Marrakesh, Morocco. Marrakesh. It was interesting. It was kind of sad, and it's got some weird, like, it is really run down and just, the worst. And then you turn into this one area, and it's like you went on to Las Vegas or Miami Beach. Ferraris, Lamborghinis, incredible hotels. Like this one guy invited us to lunch in there. That's how we got there. And we were at a tennis club with clay courts, and it's like fabulous, and they're serving you, and it's like, and there's nightclubs, and it's just like a whole different world. And you drive out of that area, and it's a whole enclave where they've got hotels there.
Yeah.
$5,000, $6,000 a night for one room. And it's just, then you leave there and it's squalor. So it's a tough place to see.
Now, there's other parts of that country, though.
Oh, yeah, there's parts that I want to go to badly. Yeah. I tried to get there last year. Maybe I'll hopefully get there in 2024, but I didn't have any luck. But long story short, I could not tell a photographer. It's not terrible photographically, but it's not great. There are other places that you could go where you'll have much, much better luck.
Yep.
And that is my list.
And there's a go.
Places not to go.
Yeah. And again, so that's where, if you want to go there, travel at your own risk.
No, I mean, every place that we mentioned,
you can make great
interesting
photos.
To see, except for Cologne. Is interesting to see.
Yeah, a lot of places are interesting to see.
Well, Dublin was interesting to see,
it was.
But I don't need to go back to Dublin. All right, now we got a shout out from Rami.
Well, we got Rami in the chat. So, hey
Rami.
Rami. He's saying, hey, from the frozen north. And then Shelly's saying, I've been a KelbyOne member since 2017. I've learned so much. It's definitely the best photography education, hands down. Thanks. And then she said, the new classes every week are such a wonderful perk. Well, there you go. And then we got to give away some prizes. So we got all these prizes that we got to give away. So Marcella's winning the Photoshop for Digital Photographers.
Hi, Marcella.
Book. And then Roy Evans is winning the Platypod disc. David F is winning the V-Flat. Glenn D is winning Victoria's Firefly book. Amy Davis Byron is winning the Retouch for Me. And then Chester is winning the How to Do That in Photoshop book. And then because we love to give away so much, we got another prize to Jenny H is winning the On One No Noise.
That's a lot of stuff for one shot.
That's a lot of stuff. All right, and all you got to do is email us over at gridprize@kelbyone.com. We'll verify information, send out your prize. Just make sure you do that by this Friday, please.
I don't think anybody sent us a place that they shouldn't go. Mm-mm. The whole entire show, nobody sent us a place that's lame.
Yeah.
Come on, somebody send us one so we can wrap up this show. Just send us one place that's lame that we didn't already cover. Anybody out there got a place where you go? I wouldn't go back.
Anybody?
There's there's many cities in America you could just choose randomly, like, Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City.
So pretty.
But then I would say Salt Lake is interesting. Salt Lake has some interesting things.
Yeah.
An interesting area around it. I think Salt Lake's a beautiful town.
Yeah.
And I got a great breakfast place for you in Salt Lake. Nobody's got anything.
And if you want to come to Tampa, you can have a chicken sandwich.
Yeah, we got chicken sandwiches covered here in Tampa. Pittsburgh.
Well, the name says it all.
There you go. Pittsburgh. I shot a Steelers game there at Heinz Field. 22 degrees. I would have to shoot for a little while and then pile the snow off my lens. It was but I've been to Pittsburgh many times, done seminars in Pittsburgh. I kind of like the vibe of Pittsburgh. when it's not gray and raining, which it usually is. So
yeah, but photographically.
All right. Well, we're gonna bounce. We're only 4 minutes over, which is rare for us. So we are gonna bounce. But thank you guys for watching. Next week, what do we got next week? We don't know. I
don't think we have anybody next week.
The week after, we got a special guest.
Yes.
Special guest the next week. And then it's Christmas and all that stuff.
And if you're a VIP member, we'll see you in just a couple hours.
Yeah, we'll see you in a couple hours on the VIP coaching session. And that's going to be a lot of fun. And we got some goodies for you. We will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Thanks to our sponsors and our crew here. And thanks to the rest of our crew that's down in Belize working hard on the tropical
or hardly
island,
working, mattering how you look at it.
Tropical island of Belize. They sent pictures of them at a bar
and
on the
just
dock.
lounging on the dock. Yeah.
I don't know how hard they're working.
Hard life.
Lame.